Jesus had an incredible life, and he wants us to have an incredible life as well. I'll talk about that in just a second. We read about all the things that Jesus did. The fact that he turned water into wine as his first miracle. The fact that he made the lame walk and the blind see and the deaf hear. And all of the miracles that he did. We think about the stories that were told where he raised people from the dead. And that he healed people all over the place. And he cast out demons. And he did all of these incredible and miraculous things. And those are really something to celebrate and something to study about. And we can really learn from those a whole lot. However, there's one verse in John that I've always kind of found pretty intriguing. Basically, the verse tells us that if everything Jesus did had been written down, that they don't suppose the world would be able to hold the volumes that it would take to record it. Now, we believe that Jesus lived for around 33 years. And that he was crucified, and then he rose again. I want to know someday what those other things that he did were. Can you imagine the stories? Now, there are all kinds of books out there that claim to have some of that knowledge about when Jesus was young, or when Jesus did this, or Jesus did that. And we hear about Gnostic Gospels, and I'm not talking about those, because most of those are not true accounts. What I'm talking about is what exactly were they referring to when they said Jesus did so many things that if they wrote them all down, suppose the world could not contain the books. You know, that's pretty exciting. I like to read about the characters in the Bible, the things that they did. You know, and the good thing about that is you know that one day you should be able to sit down with those folks and ask them about their life. And maybe they'll be able to tell us those stories. Maybe we'll know all the things that Jesus did. You know, when I watch a movie, I think, man, it'd be really nice to sit down and talk to Obi-Wan Kenobi. I really like that character. He's a cool guy. Or to Bones McCoy, or to Gandalf, or one of those characters in the books. But they're not real. The exciting thing to me about the Bible is that all the characters there, they lived, they were real. And if they were followers of God, one day we'll be able to have a conversation with them. But the most important conversation that I want to have is with Jesus. He's the one that saved me. He's the one that set me apart to be his. And I'm so thankful that he did. You know, my life is kind of a short little time here on earth, but God wants me to have an adventure. He wants to make my life filled with adventure. He wants to let me be a part of his story. And maybe all the books couldn't contain the things that I would get to experience. Now, I don't think that's the case. I'm not that exciting. But my point is, I think it's exciting to think about all of the possibilities that life has. I'm sort of mid to toward the end of my career, the last decade or so. And I'm excited that if I get to live to be an older man, maybe I'll have some other things that I'll be able to do and contribute to society. I don't know. It depends on what the good Lord has in store for me. But I look forward to that with a lot of joy and anticipation. I know that whatever he decides, it'll be right. Have an adventure. Have a great weekend. Be kind to each other. See you next week.